Welcome everyone to this new episode of Game On, a video series started by G2G.News, where we attempt to have an open dialogue with all stakeholders in the gaming industry to discuss more about the B2B side of online gaming. Today we have Mr. Dmitry Starostenkov, CEO and founder of EvenBet Gaming. Dimitri has over 2 decades of experience in the online gaming and the software business, having started EvenBet Gaming 2 decades ago. It's a B2B provider specializing in poker and other kinds of games, supplying software to various leading operators across the globe, including India. And EvenBet has, of course, offices in USA, Malta, Russia, and Singapore as well. So, welcome, Dimitri, to Game On, and it's great to have you.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you, Jay. And it's a pleasure for me to talk with you about Indian market today.
Thank you, Dimitri. So, starting off, I wanted to take you back the memory lane, and if you can tell us a little bit more about EvenBet Gaming and how you actually decided to start this venture.
We have been doing business for more than 20 years, actually. We started back in 2001 as a software development house. And initially, we developed software like for any industry, and it was mostly custom development. But then in 2005, we developed first version of our poker. It was pretty basic, only hold'em, and just basic gameplay and so forth. But then, first decade of this century was decade of boom for poker in the Western world. Rising of poker stars in all those European poker rooms. So the demand for poker software was very high. So once we developed our first version, we got first client, then we got second client, then more and more. So we started evolving this product, and subsequently we moved from custom development in the industry, custom software development, to more focused on poker software development. And we had been doing this till 2011, 2012. You remember Black Friday happened in the US when the whole poker industry fell down, and it was like remarkable milestone for the whole industry, and we lost a lot of clients. Many projects closed. Between 2005 and 2012, we didn't care much about marketing, about sales, because we had plenty of clients. We just needed to supply them software, and that's it. But at the 2012, after the Black Friday, we understood that we can't anymore survive on the market without sales, without marketing, and so stuff. And I started going to the ICE show in London. We started doing some marketing, research the market, and then in 2015 we decided that we need to change our brand from Entera. It was our initial brand, Entera, as a software development house, to EvenBet Gaming, that is more like appropriate for gaming market, and it's better to have a separated brand for gaming. And since 2015 till nowadays, we have been doing this business under EvenBet Gaming. And during all these years, we have reduced our custom development team, and eventually focusing more and on poker development. And now we are purely poker development company and online gaming company. We are not doing any more any software development projects. So we are purely focused on that. Nowadays, it's about 100 people. Development team is located in our Russian office. We have a headquarters office in Malta for support and marketing. We have support and sales team in the US, Tampa, Florida, and so forth. So that's it. And during all these years, we have launched about more than 200 projects for poker around the world. More than 100 of them are still working, operating, because not all of them, because there are some projects that don't survive only because of software, but also because of competition and so forth. So and we are growing now. Our predominant markets: Asia, India, Latin America, and we are trying to now to expand in the US to like also get something from this opening market, and we are having some clients in Europe.
So you've talked a lot about online poker, but apart from online poker, can you tell us more about the other products that you have built and you are offering?
You know, like as I said, our first version was very basic version of poker game, but eventually during all these years we have added more than 30 games into our portfolio, and it's not only poker. Those are different multiplayer card games like Rummy, Telesine for Italy. Now we're working for on Big Two game for Asian market and so forth. Chinese poker. Right now we're having about 35 different games in our portfolio. Recently we released Call Break Indian market. So it's our one direction of our like development is to add more and more games into our portfolio. But on the other side, we have developed not only games but also online gaming platform for our customers during all these years, because we are aimed to supply to our customers a turnkey solution. They get from one supplier not only games but also a gaming platform that cares about players, their profiles, about payments, about fraud management, marketing tools like bonuses, tournaments, and so forth, anti-fraud, and so forth. So, like our like proposition for the market right now consists of two big parts. One of them is games or content, and another one is online gaming platform. And we are able to resell not only our games through our platform, but we are also reselling third-party content providers through our platform, like sports betting, like casual games, casino games, skill games. Recently, we have integrated backgammon into our platform. It has very open architecture. We are constantly integrating new online payment methods into our platform. We are constantly integrating content, and also a lot of third-party providers for KYC, for message delivery, external CRM system, external affiliates management system. So open architecture, it's like required in nowadays.
Moving on, wanted to know more about products you are offering in India. I am assuming it would be mainly skill-based games. And if you can tell us more about the products and the brands you have worked with in India.
First website we launched in India, it was back in 2016. It was a Poker High brand, like, and we provided in that case a turnkey solution, so games and our online platform together. Right now, these brands, they moved to network, as I understand, because we haven't reached enough number of players. But since 2016, we have gained a lot of new customers in India. Right now, you know, there are many brands working on our software in India. And yeah, we are very focused on legal operations in India. We supply only skill games, only poker to our customers in India. And we also have two types of customers where we supply turnkey solution, where we have platform and our games, like in case of Nine Stacks. And also we have cases when we supply only our games and we are integrated into our customers' platform by API. And also it's very successful. So like in case of MPL.
So you are offering mainly poker as well as Rummy and Call Break.
Yes, because of specifics of regulation, India have much of freedom to offer all other like content we are having now in our platform. So like we're very focused on skill-based games.
So since 2016, you have been involved with the Indian market. So in 2 years, how have you seen the Indian market evolve and grow, and what do you think is the industry potential?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. You know, in general, I'm the strongest believer in Indian market because of many factors: huge population, like growing emerging market in terms of economy.
Yeah.
very high penetration of mobile connectivity. I don't know now figures, but maybe a few years ago it was like more than 30 million users of mobile devices, and so forth. And also India, like I believe it's a country where people like to entertain and play some games. So like very promising market. But interestingly about poker, we can talk about some kind of phases. Like initially when India opened for itself poker, it was booming, I would say like 2015, 2016, maybe a bit earlier. This phase started, and then it has grown up to a certain number, and I would say stopped a bit its growth, because I think initially for poker, it was time of early adopters, people like middle class young people who like see in the internet poker stars and all this stuff, and they are interested to adopt new things to entertain. And it was like the main audience of the phase one. But the problem of this audience, it's not very big in India. Like maybe total number is maybe 1 million, maybe a few million players. So and at the same time, so many big websites opened in India during this phase one. You know, all these websites like PokerBuzzy, like Spartan Poker, Force, Ada 52, exactly. But you know, when it stopped growing, they all started to fight for the same user base, and this user base is the same user base, and it's like they need to pay more and more for marketing, not to attract new players, but to get players from other competitors. It's much more expensive and not so easy to do, and so forth. And after this phase one, like it was not clear what to do, how to like engage new players into poker, where we can all find new markets. And then I would say like we are at the like beginning of phase two. All these multi game platforms appeared on the market, like MPL, like Winzo, Ramos, Paytm. And they introduce completely different model. The idea is not focused on people who like to play poker, who are familiar with poker, not to others like I would say professional poker players. But the idea of those multi-gaming apps is to engage people using different games into platform, and then convert them to poker. So they like, for example, they come to all these like Winzo or to play daily fantasy for games, and then they see some rummy poker games in the same platforms. They could give a try, and then if they like, they could start playing poker. And this way, it's like new fresh start for the poker industry in India, when you don't need to fight for the same user base, when you can get more new players, and it's much marketing costs, customer acquisition costs are much lower.
I think it's very interesting what you said, interesting insights that now multi-gaming platforms are actually acquiring the pool player or the chess player or the fantasy player, and then since poker is a very interesting game, they will try out poker and then get interested and hooked onto poker, and that's how the new players are coming. That's the
exactly. And we all know about poker ecology. It's very important to have a great balance between regular players and recreational players. If you have only regular players, your ecology is dying, because all these regular players, they don't like to play with each other because they know how to play, they can't win. And but in case when you have like small number of regular players, like 10-20%, and big huge number of recreational casual players like 90-80%, it creates for you a very good ecology, because these newcomers, they have a learning curve. It's very interesting for them on one to play with like more professional players. They learn how to play, they understand how to play poker. And on the other side, all those small number of professional poker players, they have some more weak players they can win, and in that case it creates some very nice balanced ecology.
So moving on, you were one of the early adopters of the blockchain technology as well, and used blockchain for online poker. So can you tell us a little bit more about how blockchain technology can be used for online poker and enhance the experience of playing online poker?
Yeah. In general, for gaming industry, I think blockchain technology is like a essential thing that will make a revolution in the whole online gaming industry, and especially also in poker. I see two trends which will be opened by blockchain technology for online gaming industry. Trend number one is using blockchain cryptocurrencies for payments. To accept and payments for online gaming, because all this banking system is becoming more and more complicated, and it's more and more regulated by governments and worldwide regulations, and online gaming industry is suffering from it. We can't accept players, we have to do a lot of compliance stuff, we can't accept easily payments, but crypto payments open like very interesting ways to accept payments from players. I'm not talking about like all this black stuff, like to hide payments from authorities and so forth, to work with money laundering, all this stuff. It's not interesting. Interesting stuff is like, for example, like in Sweden, they're having a very nice situation for fiat payments, when players are able to connect directly their bank accounts into online gaming casino, and they can play slots directly from their online banks. They don't need to like do all these many steps to deposit, to do KYC and all this stuff. And I see the same implementation that can give us crypto processing and online gaming. So like, it will be possible to connect directly online poker wallet with crypto wallet, and people will be able to play directly with money or in their crypto wallets, and it will definitely make life of players and operators much easier, and they will have much more smooth experience online. It's trend number one. Trend number two is like using blockchain technology to create a fair play game, to create a way to audit the whole, like to be sure that it's real random number generator, to be sure that all financial records are saved in one place and audited. In poker, it's well known as a mind poker, where we save all the deals, all the gaming history, all the cards into the blockchain, and all players, for example, can always check the whole like gameplay and see that it was fair enough. Or for example, it could be the same for any online game. So like, the idea of using blockchain as a like integral part of gameplay to allow players to audit and check transactions anytime, and be sure that operator doesn't make any fraud. So I think there are two big trends for using blockchain for gaming.
Interesting. So we'll just move on to the final question, since we are a little short of time as well. Wanted to just have your final words on what do we see from EvenBet Gaming in the next few years. What is your plan and vision for future?
We are very interested to expand in Latin America. It's our like key market. We are very interested to continue growing in India. We are very blessed to work with Indian operators, with Indian players. We think that it's very like it's a key market for online gaming for the next 5-10 years. We will continue to expand our portfolio on skill games, online multi-table games, and we would continue expand our platform, and also US. We are trying to gain some market share there. Maybe we are giving our hopes, but anyway, so like our idea for the next 5-10 years to expand our portfolio of games to our online gaming platform and to get to some tier one customers in the key markets like India, like US, and like Latin America.
Great. Thank you very much, Dmitry, for your time. It was a pleasure having you. Look forward to having another conversation soon. Thank you everyone for joining to this special episode. To like the conversation, do hit the subscribe button on YouTube and also subscribe to our social media channels given in the link description. We'll be back with another interesting conversation next week. That's it for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.